Hey everybody, and welcome to Hero Generations. This game was a Kickstarter that I backed a while back, and if I'd been in the middle of my Kickstarter series, I definitely would have put it up there. This game, I'm gonna just get started right into it. We're gonna actually start the tutorial so that you guys can see how things are done. I did play it a little bit myself so that I wasn't entirely in the dark when it comes to the tutorial. So we are a hero, and we are going to be trying to continue our legacy. So there's a lot of stuff going on here right away. But the important thing is that we can I use the arrow keys? Yes, you can use the arrow keys if you want. I'm going to click though, so you guys can see what I'm doing. So yeah, every single year, or every single time we move, it costs us a year of our life. And we can see how much we've got left. We want to get really famous, we want to get a lot of money, and stuff like that. That's our goal. And we can acquire, basically every single time we move and spend a year of our life, we're trying to trade it for fame, points, and possibly money. It's pretty much just a countdown for how long you have to live. There are ways to increase it, and we'll get to that. So we move into the forest, and we found a chest which had just 100 fame in it. We were famous because we explored a forest. Alright, so we've got an enemy. So if I hover over this square, we can see the enemy's stats, and we're going to learn what all these stats mean by just moving in and fighting. So basically, we each have a strength, and that is that number right there. So our strength is 6. Basically, we just roll between our strength, our 0 and our strength, so we're rolling between 0 and 6, and he's rolling between 0 and 1. And I can either click him or click this attack button, and we will win. This one's scripted for you to win. So, this stat right here is your attack damage, basically. And it's going to deal 5 damage to their lifespan. So he had a lifespan of 4, so our attack of 5 kills him. And so we get some fame for beating him. Alright, so we moved on to this town, which had money for tribute to us, because apparently we're that awesome. And now we have the ability to enter this town. It doesn't actually cost us anything extra, but we are looking for a mate. Before we die, we have to find a mate so that we can have kids and continue on our legacy. This is, it's kind of like Rogue Legacy in that sense, but that's kind of the only similarity it has with Rogue Legacy. Because it's not even close to a platformer. So it means that this character's journey is over, but we'll have a kid. And you can see that he has very low standards. In fact, he's a commoner who requires at least 0 gold. But he does have a rich blood trait, which adds 1 rare gold card and reveals 1 card type on the footboard. Which you'll get to see right now, basically. So, we've chosen to mate up. Our final score is 110 fame. It's not all that great. So we have a new hero. I'm just going to choose the default name. So this is the parenting board. Basically, oopsie. Basically, we will just get to flip some of these cards and get things. Now, because of the rich blood trait, we get to see that these are 2 strength cards. We get to flip 10 of these 25. So we'll flip that one. Sure, we'll flip the ones that we know are strength, because strength isn't bad to have. Nice, we found one of the rare cards. It even tells us, it's very kind about that. This is years of our life, so we increased our life expectancy. And so then all those bonuses get applied to our child. Of course, 16 years later, he's ready to grow up. And then we'll get to hear about the world and things that are changing in the world, basically. So the size of the world has increased, and ancient treasure has appeared. So now we can see that there's a much bigger grid, and yeah, so this is a prime slum. We can move out, and then, as long as we're next to a town, we'll be able to build things. So if we purchase a farm, every 10 years, so basically every 10 times we move, 400 gold is going to show up there. And if there's... yeah, if there's mates in that town, it'll increase that number by 100. And then we can also see that there's an upgrade path to Factory and Wonder. Alright, so they basically just kind of told us that a mate appeared in this town that wants 1,500 gold. Normally you won't know that unless you go into the town. And so we have to explore to find that gold so that we can impress that mate. Sweet, 100 gold sitting in a chest. So we're going to kind of wait on that. Our strength is 7, his strength is 3. That seems pretty promising. And we barely managed to win. Now that's really only going to get us fame, but fame is useful too. We do have a cave right here that's going to produce gold. Now I really wish that that gold goal would go away, because oh, that's right. I keep thinking this map is bigger. This map is actually still relatively small. There we go. So we hit a milestone. We are old enough that we then grow from childhood into adulthood, which gives us 10 strength, because of course we're getting stronger as we grow up. And then we also get a pretty sweet hairdo and another set of cards. Cool, so we got 5 life expectancy. And then of course we find some gold there. Now we still need 100 gold, so we're going to continue to explore. So yes, now we can either go back to town and have a child, or keep on pressing on to get more fame. We'll do it. As you can see, we've explored everything basically. We're going to step here and we're going to grab that item right there. As you can see, it showed up in our inventory. We can only hold 2, as it's trying to tell us. But we can click on it to drop it if we decide we no longer want to hold on to it. And then we will fight you. Our attack strength of 17 better beat your 3. And bop. We got him. So we hit another milestone, so we hit midlife, which means that we have an extra 10, and our hair started to go gray. We get an extra 5 years in our life, though, which is pretty nice. We're just gonna get a whole bunch of gold. And then we managed to get that statue back here, which completed our ancient treasure quest. And we'll get to quests there in a minute. We enter the city and we see that, yes, in fact, there was somebody like they said. And not only that, she's a nice catch. So that's the thing. And actually, wait. I'm terrible at these symbols. The thing is, because these people are randomly generated, sometimes they don't necessarily look like their actual gender. Just something to keep in mind. But we will. $560 fame. Could be a lot worse. Once again, I'm just going to keep this. I'll take this strength. Nice, and that was one of the rare cards. Come on. Oh, jeez. Well, we're going to be strong. At the very least, but we're not going to have a particularly long life. So we even put some age. I actually don't know if it put another age into us. It looks like it did. It looks like our hair's a little bit whiter. Alright, so now we've got new buildings that we can build next to our cities. We've got barracks, which will produce 5 strength every 10 years. The observatory will reveal 4 random spaces under the clouds when we visit it. And if we build a district next to a town, there will be 1 new mate. The museum doubles our fame from bringing back those relics, the ancient treasure quests. And we can also build a monument, because monuments are huge. And since it's dedicated to your family, mates in nearby towns are always in love with you, even if you don't reach their whatever the requirements normally are. The size of the world has increased, and a border path has been discovered that lets us travel to other areas. But this is now the main world that we're going to be in for a little while. Now, as I said, there are quests that we can do. You can get it from clicking on the quest map here, and then this pops up. And it's telling us that they can be worth lots of fame. And now the tutorial's done. So we are officially free of the tutorial. And it wasn't a too long tutorial, only about 10 minutes. So our 3 quests now are to build a monument, kill the boss Evanzeth, and do an ancient treasure quest. Which it actually... we don't have a circle for this, but we've got a circle. We know the ancient treasure's up there. So I'm actually going to, since all of this will now persist, special town crafted. The town baker transformed into a hamlet, a special town type, different nearby building combos influence towns. So this hamlet produces a mate gift as tribute in 4 years. So that's an item that makes it easier for you to attract a mate. Now because we started with 1,000 gold, I'm going to build this farm. Farms slowly produce money for us. Our strength is actually pretty darn good. So I'm probably going to be attacking people. Now, the same thing applies to us if we lose, is that we will get hit for at least 5. And this is randomly generated. So, we don't really have the money. Town offers you tribute, return there to claim it. Okay, so yeah, that's these. Because we're building buildings around stuff, we're actually, you know, we're important. Our family's doing good stuff for things, so they're giving us tribute, basically. But now I gotta fight this guy. Now, if I want to, I can run. I will lose 10% of my fame. But I'm confident that we will lose 5 years of our life. Good thing I talked about that. So yeah, years of your life do a couple things for you. Obviously, the more you have, the longer you can live. Which is always good. We're just gonna... Oh. Nice. And now we're a little bit older. We're gonna guarantee some life expectancy. Nice. We're gonna build a farm here. We're going to fight. And we crush him. You have been crushed. So, even though I don't really care about what mates are in there, I'm still going to go in just to see what's there. Somebody who wants 1,500 gold, but has a stealthy trait, which means you don't have to lose fame to run from combat, and thief, which is steal 25% of an opponent's money after a victory in combat, which is also pretty nice. So we have a little friend standing next to us right here. This is our boss. Evanzeth, his strength is 60, so we don't want to mess with him. That said, we're going to grab the hell out of these. What is this? This is an item shop. So we're going to enter the item shop and see what's here. So we've got a wooden hammer, which repairs buildings in the same space by adding 20 to its lifespan. So whenever you move into a building, area, it will repair it by 20 years. I think I'm going to take it. Oh, that's right, our inventory is full, so I'm not going to take it. So now I've hit midlife. After this point in time, every single milestone, quote-unquote, is going to reduce our strength, because now we've gotten pretty old. But we'll pop back here. So you can see now that we've got these throbbing hearts. Those throbbing hearts just mean that something there is interested. There is a mate there that is interested in us. So we reached a town with these statues, so they each give us 500 fame, which is pretty nice. And we're gonna pop in and see. So we've got two people who are not at all interested in us, and one who is, but he's only a commoner. So I think we're gonna hold off. So this temple gives us 2 to our lifespan every 15 years. So what's fun is we'll have to defeat him to enter, but that's probably gonna be pretty easy. So a couple things that happened is we got another 500 fame, which means I think we're gonna be able to satisfy somebody else. But we also have these gifts, which reduce the requirement of mates in town by 20%. That is coming from the hamlet. That's what it meant by producing a mate gift. So now all of them are interested. And here's where some stuff gets important. Now these are both beauties, and they both require 1620 and have a 500 fame mate bonus. Basically, you did such a good job finding a mate that you got a little famous for doing it. It's like, you know, if you married a celebrity, it's kind of what it's going for there. Now they have 2 different traits, in fact. One, they've got Charmer and Lifeblood. Lifeblood adds 1 rare lifespan card and reveals 1 card type on the footboard. It's actually really good. Like, really, really good. So that's what we're going with. I like Lifeblood a lot. And we got to 3200 fame, which gave us Knight. Alright, Mac. Sure, we'll go with Mac. We've got 7 card flips because we didn't really have that many years on our life. Every 10 years gives you a bonus flip. I'm not... Ooh. Haggler. Okay. Man. Haggler and Strongblood. Things that I wasn't even looking for. Builder. Oh, boy. We got a few too many traits. So, you can only have 2 traits at one point in time. Which means that by having... Basically, we've got like 3 traits now. Which isn't necessarily good. So we gotta build a trait, which means every building that we walk into gets repaired by 40 whenever we visit it. Which is pretty good. Strong Blood, which adds 1 rare strength card face down to that mix and reveals 1 card type on the footboard. So we have Builder, Strongblood, and we want to get Haggler, which will... one downside is that it doesn't tell you what Haggler is right now, but I know from experience that Haggler basically reduces prices in shops. I'm not going to take it because I don't really buy that much. We're going to do one more generation here. Our mother handed down her small gift. So we invented the temple. Basically, we saw one in the world and decided that we were going to build it. I wish we lived in a ranch. Alright, so the world is back to being unexplored. So you can see on these buildings that there's a number down in the bottom right over here. So that has 69 years left before it is demolished, and that has 179. But if I step there, it goes up to 108. So our goal here is basically going to be to collect a whole bunch of money. Our strength is only 2 right now, so we do have to be a little careful. Especially because we can see that that's our boss. I've got 1,500 gold, so I'm going to build that as a farm. Because we're going to want a place to get money. Money is very important. So we've hit a milestone. Just by moving around and collecting gold, we've hit adulthood. We could get the farmer trait, but I'm not actually interested in that. We only got 1 in our life expectancy, but every little bit helps. We will unlock more buildings as generations increase. So what we'll do here is we're actually going to build a farm. So now this is transformed into a ranch. I'm trying to see if I can... There's a way to look at the town recipes, basically. What it is when you've got a specific... Basically, the hamlet, if it specifically has these things, then it becomes a hamlet. If it specifically has 3 farms around it, or if it's surrounded by farms, then it will become a ranch. So he's defending is the problem here. That's why we got 0 fame, but I don't want to run because I want to be on this space. We still lost though, which kind of sucks. Well, darn it you. But he's not defending anymore, so his strength is significantly less. So we defeat him. But he's got a lot more years than just 5. So we get some fame from winning. But that's about it. I'm going to build a barracks here. And I guess we're fighting him again, but we're continuing to win. So I don't mind. We're apparently rivals. That doesn't actually do anything in this game, but... I will be running if I hit the boss. I do not stand a chance. He has a higher strength than me, but we managed to win. So the ranch creates traits. Is basically what happens. So we get 5 strength from going there. We've hit another milestone, so now we've got a decent bit of strength. I'm not really going to be in any danger when fighting the people that are out here. I'll take the guaranteed life expectancy. It doesn't have to be 1 when it's revealed, but usually it is. So we've created a special town. That's a fort. Fort produces a wooden sword as tribute in 5 years. So a wooden sword will actually be really nice. My strength of 27 should win. First game I played off camera to just get a feel for the game, so I wasn't entirely clueless. I had a steel sword eventually, and it was very nice. So we have defeated this person again. Now he's going where I want to go, which is the kind of annoying part. So I'm probably just going to end up finishing him off. So show that yep, he only has 4 years. We knocked him down to 5 and then he moved, so that's a year of your life. The question is... he's getting in my way. And there's nothing I can do about it. Stop it, you bastard. Alright, so we've got a bunch of money, so I'm going to drop down here. And we're going to build an observatory. We know that there's one person in love with us here. So we'll go ahead and enter Lowenbrow. It's a commoner who just wants 400 gold. At this point, I'm going to choose this though, because if we go too much further, we're going to be risking dying. And the way that your run ends, because this is the last generation that I'm going to choose, when you do not have a kid, that's it. That's the end of your game. So in some ways, it is very much a roguelike game. Because, you know, it's permanent death. If you die and don't have a kid, your legacy is over. I do like the strong blood trait, so we're going to take it. And then we're going to try and pick... Ooh, nice. 7 strength is a rare card. And 10 life expectancy is very useful. So what I really need to start doing is I need to start picking mates a little bit earlier so that I get more card flips. And getting extra is very useful. So now we've got the station building, so you can fast travel to other stations. I need to actually start building these because they're really useful. And my parents are dead, basically, is what that is. Wild monsters don't age, you must defeat them in combat. That's monsters, not other heroes. And we're gonna make that the end of this episode. We haven't completed any main quests, but that's okay. We've got layers to clear, monuments to build, and bosses to wreck. But yeah, that'll be it for this episode. Next episode we will continue as Rubric, our 3rd generation. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I think this game is pretty fun. I've only played one game off camera, and I kind of accidentally got myself killed that time. It was rather unfortunate, actually. So, you know, I take full responsibility for it, but it was good because I got to not be playing it for so long that I know too much about the game before starting to play with you guys. But as I said, it was a Kickstarter from a while back that just finally came to fruition. They just finally released on Steam, like, last Friday, I want to say. So I'm recording this a little bit, just a little bit after that, but of course I'm not releasing it just yet. But yeah, I think it's fun. I'm enjoying it so far. So if you're interested in picking it up, the link to it on the Steam store will be in the description below. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.